Hi, welcome. Hi, Jamala, Burrito, and Anika. Welcome back to Radiant Tail on our last route of the game. I actually I saw the announcement, but I actually sat down and watched the fan disc trailer, and the art's super pretty in it, so I'm excited for that. So even when we finish this route, it's not the end. It's not the end. We will get to see more clown. We will. Hi, Isaiah. Welcome. So yeah, we're back today with more of Vilio's route. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen at all. I know there's gonna be lore in here. They're gonna give us lore. But yeah, essentially we're following the same structure as before, but it's like a little different. A little bit of variety. And we get to see Vilio. So yeah. Also, I did not realize that oh, what's it called? Hold on. What's it called? Tengoku Struggle Stray Side, that's what it's called. Thank you! Mason bought me a milkshake. I get milkshake. Yeah, Tengoku Struggle Stray Side comes out like next week. Like what? How does that come around so fast? So I guess I'm playing some of that next week. I'm gonna take a sip of this milkshake. Oh my god! It's so thick! I can't fit the straw! It's tasty. Tasty milkshake. I don't have a tea today because we ordered milkshakes. So I get to have a tasty treat during stream now. Yeah. I think it's the next Thursday? A week? Yeah, a week today is out, so next week we'll have a new dating sim, I guess. I didn't realize it was coming out so soon. But yeah, we'll see that next time. So maybe we'll do like a whole week of dating sims again, like three different ones. So we can do some Lord Jackson, we can do some Radiant Tail, and then we can do some Tengoku Struggle Stray Side. I'm not gonna be able to say it. The common route is long? Huh. You're surprised about something. Oh, interesting. Cryptid. Interesting. Anyway, let's go to Zephora's house on Vilio's route. Cultura, the labyrinth city, founded by Libera, the great spirit of wind. Even now, this place is home to numerous wind spirits. Underneath the city is a vast underground labyrinth, giving the city its title. I keep pointing down my controller so I can like stir my milkshake. Thanks to this labyrinth, which allows people to travel around freely without worrying about distance. You know what, I'm gonna move my milkshake in front of me so I don't have to keep reaching over for it. I get a special treat during stream today. The citizens here are very connected with each other and see themselves as one big family, or that's what I've heard at least. It's interesting how Vilio's doing the narration instead now. That's interesting. However, they're isolated at present because of the lunatic riots, which have affected their strong bonds. This is the city of freedom, loving Libera, but the freedom of her people was stolen. They can't go outside due to the riots. I forgot how much this badly hit home, you know? The resulting rise of negative emotions must be why I sense more fiends in the surrounding areas. I'll be honest, things look grim. I need to do something about it. Yeah, Vilio, what's all this archdragon stuff about, huh? What's an archdragon? Why are you an archdragon? What is that, huh? I can't believe this is our last route though. I'm gonna be so sad when we finish this game. A few hours have passed since our arrival in Cultura. Yeah, I agree. They ruined my life in a good way too. I was really into them a few years ago, and I kind of fell off of them. And like in like the past like year or two, I got really into them again. I'm glad. I'm glad. After setting up my personal tent, I sighed as I put away some small items. There's so many visual novels everywhere. I can't believe I got dragged into trouble the moment I set foot in this city. I always say how I don't read enough, but if you think about like a visual novel is like just like a book basically, right? A book with pictures. So I guess I do read a lot. I guess I'm more literate than I thought. My heart has been thrilled at the foreign sights. But while I'd been distracted, someone had suddenly stolen some of my things. We chased the fleeing culprit. Oh yeah, we actually like saw this last time, so I guess we don't have to see this again. And we ended up inside the underground labyrinth of Cultura. Sephora had borrowed the power of the wind spirits and guided us around the labyrinth. Thanks to him, we managed to seize the thief. When we'd handed the man over to the public security forces... I'm sorry. It's been hard to get to meet lately, and I felt more bitter towards people, but... I never intended to rob anyone. For some reason, though, I suddenly lost it. We'd ended up as victims to one of the famous incidents we'd heard about. The lunatic riots that haunted this city, when the citizens suddenly started fights or committed crimes. The lunatic riots have an unknown cause, We stumbled across a lot of trouble before our shows in Kalida, but seeing how I was welcomed into the city, the show here might be even harder. In fact, most people are staying home out of fear, so even a promotion is going to be an uphill battle. I finished sorting through my luggage with another sigh before going off to find the others. Uh-oh. Hi, Vilio. Oh, Vilio? You look vexed.
Chinta na.
Yeah, just a little. Huh? It's pretty strange for Vilio to look this troubled. At the common area of our base, I found Vilio frowning as he thought hard about something. I found it odd, but before I could say anything, an appalled voice rang out.
Oi, 何してるんだお前ら。
Sephora! I miss you! Oi, what are you guys doing? Have you already finished setting up your tents?
お、ザフォラか。
Ah,
ちょうど
look
いい
who's
とこに。
here! You have perfect timing, Sephora.
なあなあ、ザフォラって
Hey,
このク
you're
ルトラ
from
出身なんだ
Cultura,
な。
だったらどうした
right? What about it?
クルトラ周辺ってさ、
Do you know how
もと
often
もと
fiends
どのくらい
used
の
to
頻
show
度
up
で
in
魔
the
物が
areas
現れ
around
て
the
るかわか
city?
るか？
魔物
Fiends?
そんなことを聞いて
Why in the
何
world
の
would you ask?
頼む、教えてくれ。
I'm begging you. Please tell me. Vilio's been working, huh? Hi, honey! Welcome! Welcome, welcome. It's clown time. Don't get spoiled though, because I want you to play this game. I'm going to lend it you. So don't spoil yourself. Vilio's plea was earnest and solemn. Perhaps Sephora had to do something from it. For a moment, Sephora's brows scrunched up before he gave his reply.
俺が知る限りでは
To my knowledge,
他の町
it's
と
not
さ
too
して
different
変
from
わらな
other
い
cities.
周辺の森での目撃例
There
は
were
あるが
reports of sightings
町で
in
魔
the
物被
nearby
害があったっ
forest,
て
but
話を
I
聞
never
い
heard
た
of
こと
any
ないし
fiends
な
assault inside the city.
そっか。
I'll voice apologize and
それっ
news for
て
you.
最近もそうなのか？
My god, this milkshake is so difficult to drink. What the hell? And the background noise. And the background noise to your cleaning your hamster cage. Okay, I understand. I muted myself to try and get some more of this milkshake out. Oh my god, I'm dying. I just want some milky shake. Oh well. I guess I'll have milky shake after stream when it like melts a bit. I see. Is that still the case now?
何が言いたいかは知らないが俺が知ってるのはここまでだ
I sip. I wanted a milky shake. Mesa got a sundae though, I'm jealous. What flavor is the milkshake? It is white chocolate with blueberry and strawberry. It's a sweet and fruity one. I don't know what you're trying to get at. That's everything I know.
クルトラを離れてた3年の間は知らん聞きたきゃ
I've
他
been
の
away
やつ
from
に聞け
Cultura for 3 years. If you have to know, ask someone else. Sephora ended it at that and left. Vilio, meanwhile, sunk into his thoughts again. Tasty, yeah. Yummy. Hey, Vilio.
気づいてない。
He hasn't noticed.
やっぱ人間じゃ感
So,
知できないのか。
humans really can't sense them. Yeah, they sure are in the city, aren't they?
ただ単にザフォラが今のクルトラを知らないだけ。
Or is it only because Sephora's been away too long and doesn't know Cultura's present state? If that's the case... Hey, listen, Vilio.
あ、あ
Oh,
あれあれ。
yeah.
ぼーっとしてた。
Sorry, I was spacing out. Seriously, you've been acting weird. Is something wrong? Is something worrying you?
心配事っつうか。
I wouldn't call it that
なんて
exactly.
いうのかな。
How do I explain this? What's up with you? What's an arse dragon?
ほら、みんながさ、ここに来る道中で。
Everyone talks about how you all
て
came across our fiends on our journey here, right? We did. That reminds me, you weren't around back then.
おうそれでクルトラで
Yeah,
も魔
because
物
of
が
that,
増え
I
てるか
wanted to
確
check
認した
whether
くて
there
さ
were more fiends in Cultura too. Why is he putting so much effort into this? I wonder. I had thoughts.
まあこの後は情
Well,
報収
we're
集だろ
probably
うし
gonna investigate after
その
this.
時ついでに調べりゃいい
So
か
I can ask around while I'm at it. I'll keep an ear out as well. Then I'll dig into our little fiends.
いやそれはしなくていい
No, you don't have to. Why is he like angry? No, you don't have to. Huh? What? Why not? Vilio's voice had been firm. He then looked at me solemnly.
あんたは魔物への対抗手段がねえから。
You can't protect yourself against fiends. It'll be risky if you go poking around. He looks like he's got a little pouty face. You know? What? I'm only walking around the city though. I should be pretty safe.
念のためってやつだ。
Better safe than sorry, as they say.
危険な気配を
In
感じ
an
たら
unlikely scenario that you sense something dangerous, don't follow.
いいな。
Run. Am I clear? Uh-oh. Got it. Taken aback by Vilio's fierceness, I nodded without thinking. I didn't know why Vilio was so wary of fiends. Oh, they're so goopy looking. I forgot how goopy looking they were. Then again, the eerie, uncanny aura of those terrible beings was still vivid in my mind. I'll be very careful. Slightly making that oath, I headed off to help with the setting up. Vilio, what's an arch dragon? I need to know. It took a little while to set up the tents already. It took a while. I can't read. It took a little while to get the tents ready and set up at the campsite. After that, we assembled to discuss our plan of action moving forward. That being said, with most of the population secluded in their houses, large-scale promotion was difficult. For now, the best choice was to arrange an audience with the Labyrinth Sentinel, the governor of Cultura. What happened to the tweeting birds? Where'd they go? As for the day, we split up to investigate the city, just as we'd done in Kalida. Everyone went their separate ways. I went to an area near our base and started doing some light digging around. Look at that, like, RPG sign for a meat shop. Excuse me? If you have some time, I would like to ask a few questions.
なんだい？見慣れない顔だね。
What do we have here?
あんたどこから来たんだい？
Where did you come from? You saw a very spoiler CG of the route? Oh no. I'm sorry. That's sad. I'm sorry about the spoiler. Oh, I travelled here from the capital, you see. I only just arrived.
なら悪いことは言わないからさ。女一人で出歩くのはやめときな。
Here's some friendly advice then. As a girl, don't walk us outside alone.
ここのところ街が物騒でね。
This
つい
isn't the
おと
safest
といも
place right
そこの
now.
角で突然男が刃物を振り回して暴れてたし
A
さ。
guy suddenly ran around swinging a knife in the street. Wait, really? Was that one of those recent incidents that have been on the rise?
さてね。とにかく忠告はしたんだ。
Who
用が済んだら
knows?
さっさと帰んな。
Well, I warned you. If you have no business here, hurry along and go home. I think spoilers and thumbnails are only funny if they do it in a cryptic meme form. Like, hold on, let me find my favorite thumbnail I did for Radiant Tail. You're like, oh no. Because I did it was technically a spoiler, but I think it was really funny. Where did I save it? My file organization is honestly terrible. Ugh, why is this so huge? The most massive thumbnail in the world. This is my favorite thumbnail I've done for Radiant Tail. It's technically a spoiler, but it's funny encrypted. It's funny encrypted, so yeah. This is my favorite one that I've done. I don't think I could ever top this. This is the best one. You knew it? You knew it was going to be that one. That's my favorite. The shop door closed in my face, and My shoulders drooped. I knew it. In that exact thumbnail. I mean, it technically is a spoiler, but it's also a meme, so you're never gonna know that. I kept trying to ask around, but everyone I found said the same thing and turned me away. There are barely any people walking around the town in the first place. That thumbnail's where I peaked. I don't think I'll ever reach the same highs as that again. The peak of my graphic design career. What do I do now? Is there anyone else I can ask? Sorry, you're from the public security forces, right? Yes. I remember you. How is the criminal now? Apologies. That information is confidential. Though I knew I might not get an answer, I tried asking. He looked troubled. Then, another officer ran over.
Oi, こんなところで何遊んでる? 門に集合するよう言われただろ.
Some of my Among Us thumbnails? Have I done many Among Us thumbnail? I did the big one for it was birthday last year. I did a big one. Oh, Relida. Still better than the Relida route, yeah. Yeah, I did like I made Among Us guys for everyone. That's like pretty easy to do, right? Hold on. My files are organized really badly. I'm also a really big fan of some of the ones where he's kicking and grabbing, like, ha! They're good. Oh, there was the, hold on. There was the one, Guilty Gear thumbnail I did was really good. And I spent way too much time on it. It's gonna be huge again, yeah. I make my files way too huge. I spent way too long making this. The Guilty Gear thumbnail. It took me ages because I had to like write out all the math code and stuff because I wanted to change the size and manipulate it and stuff. So I had to draw up all the math code and the triangles and stuff. That's all hand drawn by me. The manga beans are really funny, yeah, they were good. But yeah, this is one of my favorite images. I get to make a meme of myself. You like the Guilty Gear one? I really worked hard on the Guilty Gear ones. Hey, why are you slacking off here? We're supposed to assemble at the gate, remember?
Huh?
But, fiend extermination is one of my duties. Fiends? Yeah. There's been an increasing number of them in the vicinity lately. We've even seen evolved ones in the forest. I don't think we've heard about evolved ones before. They probably won't come into the city, but please keep your guard up. Yes, I will. Come on, we gotta hurry. Make sure you bring your Chloris amulet. What are all these things? I've heard of these things before. There are more fiends around. Vilio said that too. As I watched the officers leave, I spaced out, deep in thought. But then... there he is. The very person in my mind crossed my field of view. Vilio was walking out of the city. That was Vilio, right? That reminds me. When we saw him in Kalida, he was heading outside the city as well. What are you doing? What are you scheming? For some odd reason, this bothered me. I chose to follow him. Get that boy! Oh, this is the same CG from Zephora's route when we got thrown out of the city. The next thing I knew, I walked into a dense forest on the outskirts of the city. What was the one thing Vilio told you to do? don't walk into danger. You walked into the exact place where all the fiends are. Girl. Why is he here of all places? To get rid of the fiends, obviously. He said he was investigating fiends. Is that why he's here alone? He's a dragon. He'll be fine. Even the noon sun can't pierce the darkness of the forest. Something in here gives me a bad feeling, then get out of there. Girl, leave. I was only walking like normal, but I felt a chill run down my spine. What did Vilio tell you? Girl! I completely lost track of Vilio. Girl, I know. Why is she doing this? He told me to keep my nose out of it too. I should head back before I regret it. I think you'll already regret it. The moment I was about to turn on my heels. Excuse me? A roar shook the entire forest like an earthquake. The sounds of trees being knocked down followed in its wake. What was that? What was that? Lured by that roar, I sprinted towards the source. The sight before my eyes was beyond anything I could have imagined. Dragon mode, activate. Is he munching on a fiend? In the dark of the forest, where the chilly air prickled my skin like needles, there was a crimson dragon surrounded by eerie, inky shadows, a horde of fiends. Not one to be phased, the towering ruby-red dragon lunged at the fiends without hesitation. He's so growly. Oh. Sharp, lethal claws shredded the fiends, exposing their cores. A gaping maw snapped shut around them. He's having a snack. He loves to eat fiend cores. This is... He devoured the creatures like a greedy, merciless beast. A witness to this slaughter, I felt a shrill shriek leave my hoarse throat. Vilio? Uh-oh. Cirrus? Uh-oh. Shining eyes the colour of fire bore into my own, and I couldn't stop myself from cowering. This wasn't the first time I'd seen Vilio in this form. In show practices and performances, I'd seen him countless times. Sometimes I'd ride on his back or touch his scales as part of those activities. I touched him, I knew him, yet I'm scared, I can't move. Literally the one thing Vilio told us not to do was walk towards trouble. And what do we do? What do we do? How? Said Vilio. How? In that instant, Vilio leaped forward once again, throwing himself at the fiend that approached me. You're rolling your eyes, yeah, saying, like, girl, he asked you one thing. Vilio never asked you to do anything. And you couldn't even listen to one instruction. He crushed the fiends easily and pinned it down with its claws. His maw opened wide as he leaned over the fallen fiend. How? With a squelch, ugh, don't describe it like that. With a squelch, his razor-like teeth sunk into the fiend's head and tore it clean off with a swing. How? Faced with the gruesome sight eye, we're gonna stare at him. I'm gonna stare him down. We're gonna win. Keep my eyes on him. I was scared. Back in your hash brown nonsense. Yes, we are so back for hash brown time. I know, he's literally like, you'll be fine. He's biting the fiends. There's no fiends if a dragon eats them. You may. This isn't really spoilers. We know this guy's a dragon. He's a dragon all the time. He's literally called your friendly neighborhood dragon in the opening. So it's fine. Vilio, who was usually bright and energetic, was now a brutal predator engaging in a ghastly feast. I never could have imagined it. But yes! He pounced on the fiend just now because he wanted to protect me. Yes, okay. Vilio's a dragon. And that's just his thing. And they say it right from the very beginning. That's his circus act. His circus act is to be dragon. He's not a funny clown, he's dragon. No matter what he looks like, no matter what he does, I know he's still Vilio, so he must still have his reasons. I desperately tried to hide my trembling as I fixed my eyes on him. When Vilio saw me looking, he let out a small, conflicted sounding whisper.
すぐ終わるから
I won't
少しだ
take
け待
long.
っててくれ
Please wait for a bit. Oh, Vilio. Huh?
やっと終わったか
Huh? Is his hair changed color? Finally done.
悪いな待たせちまった
His eyes are different as well. Sorry I kept you waiting, Cirrus. Bestie, where'd you get your hair done? No, it's okay.
今見たことはできれば
You'd be doing me a great
みんなに言わな
favor
いでくれる
if
と
you
助か
kept what
る
you just saw a secret.
いつか必要な時が来たら
I'll tell you,
自分から
I'll
みん
tell
なに言う
everyone
からさ
myself if it ever becomes necessary. I will. After eating every last fiend around. Vilio turned back to his human form with a wry smile, but there was something off about him. You saw this as a spoiler too? No. You saw he got a hairstyle change? Huh? My eyes widened as I stared at him. His eyes? Hold on. I'm referencing my pictures that I got off my desk from the special edition. No, I think his eyes are the same colour, it's just his hair. Vilio, what happened to your hair? It's black.
ああこれか魔物を
Oh,
食った影
this?
響だな
It's a side effect of eating beans.
魔物は負の感情の塊
Beans
だ
are
から
manifestations of negative
倒した相
emotions.
手に悪影響を
So,
与えるん
people who
だ
defeat them also suffer ill effects. And your black hair is one of those?
ああで
Yeah.
も心配いらねえ
Don't worry about it though.
このくらいな
This
ら
isn't
すぐ
much.
元に戻
It'll
るか
turn
ら
back soon. He made it sound like it was no big deal, and I frowned. About that, why in the world were you eating beans to begin with?
そりゃ魔物退治だよあのまま放っておけねえだろ
Milky shake. I'm trying. Give me a paper straw. It's like disintegrating. Whee! I might have to get a new straw at some point. To exterminate them, of course. I can't just leave them here, right? The public security forces are around to drag them off, though. Eating them harms you. Is it really necessary for you to go that far?
治安維持隊の対処法はな
The thing is,
倒してるように見えて
the security forces may look like they're exterminating
ただ追い
fiends,
散らしてるだけなんだよ
in truth their method is only scatters them temporarily. Vilio, the fiend expert. How can that be? Fiends disappear for good if someone with a glorious amulet destroys their cause, right?
いや正確には聞い
Not
てね
technically, no.
あれは
They
形を
can't
保て
retain
な
their
くな
form
って
anymore and disperse into the air for the time being.
また形を取るのに時間はかかるから
Mind you,
無意味じゃね
it's
え
not
けど
meaningless since it takes a while for them
根
to
本的な
assume a
解決に
form
はなら
again,
ね
but it's only a superficial solution. So you have to eat them, Vilio? Is he supposed to destroy all the fiends in the world? Is that his job?
そうだ魔物を食っ
That's
て
right. I'm the
体
only
内
one
で
who
浄化
can
できる
eat
のは俺だ
beans
け
and purify them inside my body.
人間はもちろん
Huh?
他のドラゴンにもできない
Forget humans.
世界で
Not
俺
even
だけなん
other
だ
dragons have this ability to do this. I'm the only one in the world. I didn't know the details, but something dawned on me. Even among the legendary fae known as dragons, Vilio was special.
やっぱ怖いよな。
I must be so scary. What?
魔物を食うなんて普通じゃない。
It's freakish for someone to
嫌な
dine
も
on
ん見せちまっ
beans.
た。
Sorry for making you watch something so unpleasant. Vilio's voice was so melancholic, and in his eyes I saw something brittle and vulnerable. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared. But I can never dislike you, Vilio. I promise you that. I declared that without a doubt, and Vilio stared at me in silence, stunned. So please, don't look so dejected. That's not like you at all.
俺らしくない。
Not like me at all. Oh, he looks so sad. The little guy looks so sad. I know, it's not his fault. He's such a nice guy. I'm already excited this. More excited than booking the leader's route. The Vilio I knew always encourages everyone and makes us smile again. Yeah, if we listened to what he asked us, it would have been fine. You'll say, it's alright, let's try it out. Leave it to me.
いや、それは
No,
深いこと考えてな
I
いだ
just
け
don't
で。
think before I talk.
結構
I mostly
勢い
say stuff
任
like
せ
that
っつう
because I let my impulse take over. Oh no, Vilio. Very few people can do that. Everyone needs a lot of courage to take the first step forward. I'm the same, you know. I was supposed to live happily, but live a happy but slightly dull life, an age without knowing what I really wanted to do. But then, you suddenly crashed into my life from the sky, Vilio, and you gave me courage. You were the one who gave me a gentle encouragement I needed to join Circus back then. And because you were there, I'm here today, travelling around the big wide world. I gazed right into Vilio's eyes as I spoke. He's quite cute with black hair, right? Vilio's hair, which had been stained black, gradually returns to its usual red. That's why I'm not scared of you at all. Actually, I feel really reassured whenever I look at you.
安心？俺を見て
Reassured? When you see me? Yeah. After all, when you insist something's possible, Vilio, I feel like nothing can stop me. For a while, Vilio stared at me in a stupor.
安心するとか。前
I'm
向きにさせて
reassuring?
くれたとか。
I make people smile?
そんな風に言われたの。
I think that's the first time in my life someone has said that kind of thing about me. I guess if the dragons are like, you attack, kill, they don't really give him a chance to be a funny guy. Vilio cast his gaze down, gazing at the back of his hands before forming those into loose fist.
俺、あまり
I
詳し
can't
くは
tell
言
you
えない
too
けど、
much, but I was born with a
ドラゴンの
power
中で
that's
す
extraordinary,
ごく特別な力を持
even
って
among
生まれたん
dragons.
だ。世代ごとに一人だけ生まれる。
A dragon who's only born once in a generation. A dragon who's more powerful than anyone else. The archdragon. Also, I just heard the Japanese call it a master dragon. That's way cooler.
だから、他のドラゴンたちも
Because
俺
of
を
that,
特別な存
even
在
other
として扱
dragons
っ
treated
た。
me like I was someone special.
俺もそれが当たり前だと思っ
I
て
used to think that was only natural.
た。なのに、あんたは
But you... Vilio had a faraway look in his eyes. I took a single step forward and reached out to him. Startled for a moment, Vilio started to step back. But in the end, he didn't shake my hand off. Let's head back now, Vilio. If we take too long, everyone will be worried. Gently tugging on his hand as I walked, I spoke to him in a soft voice. Hi, Jemima, welcome. I'll be honest, dragons, the archdragon, I have no clue what all of this is about. The master dragon. My straw's not working. I just want to drink milky shake. Is that too much to ask? To me, you're just Vilio. And Vilio is my very precious teammate in Circus, who's bright and optimistic and reliable. Oh, he's so
ありがとな。
cute! Thanks.
なんだろうなこれ。なんかすげえムズムズする。
Apparently, drinking milkshake is too much to ask. I don't know how to describe what I'm feeling. There's like a tickle in my chest. Once again, I turned to look at Vilio, who looked a little sheepish. He claimed that he was purifying the fiends in his body, but I was sure consuming literal negative emotions definitely wasn't good for anyone. I don't know what your situation or the duties you're burdened with, but don't push yourself too hard, okay? He flashed me a reassuring smile, but never once did he agree before we returned to the city. Vilio, don't do that. Please? Don't do that. Don't push yourself too hard, okay? I returned to our base with Vilio. The others who spent the entire day exploring came back with their findings. Due to the riots, however, the citizens were guarded. Very few stopped to listen to us, and we didn't gain much information either. Something that caught my interest was Eon's account of a fiend encounter inside the labyrinth.
魔物が迷宮に。
A fiend was in the labyrinth? Uh-oh! Vilio looked surprised and asked Eon a few more questions to understand the situation. In the end, we concluded that the best way to gain information was to ask the Sentinel directly. We can't get all the ingredients we want when we're on the road. Since we're finally in the city, we're all stocked up. Eat your fill, everyone! Yeah, it's June 28th. I got my pre-order yesterday. I'm excited. I think I'm going to get the time approved at work to play it as well. So I'm really, really excited. I'm going to be playing Pictomancer for the next expansion, I think. I'm really excited. I love Final Fantasy XIV. I played it for like 6 years now. I really like it. Everyone seemed like they could use a boost of energy. But yeah, they waited really last minute to announce the date. Really last minute. So Eon and I laid a lavish meal out on the table.
お、今日は一段と気合入ってて
Nice.
うまそう
You
じゃない
guys made a
か。
whole feast today. I can't wait to dig in.
それにいつもよりいい香りね。これはハーブかしら？
Oh, is it June 27th? Wait, really? Is that what it's gonna be? Oh no! Oh no! I don't know if you saw the announcement for Dawn Trail, the Dawn Trail like date. But Yoshi P said he originally was gonna release it the week before. What game is it? He wanted to play the Elden Ring DLC, so he delayed the release by a week. But no, now it's on Radiant Tail time. I guess I'll have to do like, cause all the servers shut down the day before, right? Before a new expansion. So I guess I can I can play the new Radiant Tail on stream on the 27th. And then play Dawn Trail on the 28th, I guess. I guess that's what I'm gonna have to do. It smells wonderful. So more so than usual. Did you use herbs, perhaps?
クルトラ産のハーブを使った料理をい
I
ろいろ作って
attempted
み
an
た。
assortment of recipes that used local herbs.
クルトラは風の大精霊が起こした都市だから
Culture was founded by the
良
great
い香
spirit
り
of
が
wind.
風に乗り
So there's a
不浄
belief
な
that
ものを追い払う
fragrances
と
carried
信
on
じ
the
られてい
wind
るらしい。
clear impurities.
だからハーブを使った香り豊かな料理を
That is
好んで
apparently
食べるそう
why
だ
they chose to use so many herbs in their cooking, creating a mix of richer aromas. I love herby food. I bet it's really yummy.
だからこんなに香ばしい香りがしてるんだな。
Interesting. That's why it's so fragrant.
こっちのハーブたっぷりのサラダも
The salad filled with
すごく美味
herbs
しいね。
is a delight as well. Oh, I want that. I want a herby salad. Everyone dug in with fervor, except one. He's so full of beans. He's so full of beans. He can't fit any more food in. Vilio barely ate anything, and I found my eyes growing wide. Vilio?
ビリオが食ってねえとか珍しい
full
な
of。beans.
いつもならバクバク食うのに。
Huh? Vilio's not eating for once. You always eat with gusto. What's up?
ひょっとしてハーブが苦手なのか。
Do you just like the herb,
ならば
perhaps?
別のものを用意するが。
I shall prepare something else then.
ああ、いや、そういうわけじゃねえけど。
Nah, that's not it. He was acting evasive. I saw him glance briefly in my direction. He's so full of beans! Get the message! Vilio looked troubled, and seeing that, I said, "Did you steal food?" He wants us to cover him. Oh, yeah. Oh no, it's happening. Because I wasn't expecting Dawn Trail to be out until like end of July, August. That was like kind of my guess, but I was wrong. Did you steal food? In that instant, the scene I'd seen today floated to the surface of my mind. He's so full of fiend! I didn't know the exact date for Radiant Tale yet, so... Wow. I wasn't expecting that. The pre-orders haven't gone up for Radiant Tale yet, though. I'm waiting. So patiently. So patiently. Is he still suffering from earlier? If that's the case...
ひょっとすると体調でも
Are
悪い
you
のでは
perhaps feeling ill?
そうかも。
You might be
顔
right.
色も良くないし
He looks pale.
何かあったの？
Vilio, did something happen? Concern was evident on everyone's faces. And that was when... How could you, Vilio? I suddenly pouted and pointed a finger accusingly. I suddenly pouted and pointed accusingly with a finger. There we go. I told you earlier that you'd spoil your dinner if you snack too much.
Eh?
I knew it. He wanted us to cover for him. Huh? I caught him stealing food from the kitchen.
そういうことか。
I see now.
心配
I
するだ
wasted
け
my
無駄だ
time
った
worrying
な。
about you.
ってことは心配
That
はして
means
た
you
んだね。
were worried.
ザホラ
Zafora? Everyone shook their heads in disapproval. Meanwhile, I grabbed Vilio's arm and forced him to stand up. Since you aren't hungry, you can help with dessert as punishment.
デザートか。それなら自分も手伝う。
I shall help as well. We got it. Can you take care of everyone here instead, Eon?
そうか。
Understood.
Sure.
He's so nice. I led Vilio back to his tent by the hand. When we got there, Vilio let out a big sigh and smiled at me.
悪い。
Sorry. Thanks for that. No, I didn't do too much. I didn't do much. But you really aren't feeling too good, are you? Is it because you ate those fiends earlier?
あ
Yeah.
あ、物理的に胃袋い
Well,
っぱいってわけじゃないんだ
my
けどな。
stomach isn't physically full.
完全に浄化しきるまでは。
But
しばらく
I won't have
食欲
any
が湧かない
appetite
んだ。
until I finish purifying them. After muttering that apologetically, he put his palms together.
ごめんな。イーオンと一緒に
You and Eon
うまい
prepared
飯
such a
用意してくれた
wonderful
っての
meal,
に。
and I wasted it. I'm so sorry. I love Vilio. He's nice. That's okay. Don't apologize. This is a special duty that only you can carry out, isn't it?
あ
Yeah. For now, rest here a while. I'll come up with a good excuse to tell the others.
あ、ありがとな。
Thanks. He lay down on his hammock and shut his eyes. His pillow's cute. I like his little hammock a lot. Usually, he'd put up a front and say that he's fine. But he laid down straight away. He must be feeling awful. I couldn't do anything to wipe the grimps off his face, and I felt heartbroken. Rest as much as you can, okay? With some reluctance, I left him alone in his tent. The next day, luckily Vilio had recovered enough to move around without issue. However, Zafora refused to meet the sentinel. For some reason, he went off on his own. Why would he do that? Oh my god, who could have thought? The rest of us went with our original plan and attended an audience with Balto. We hate Balto, the current sentinel of Cultura. As the sentinel, he was respected by the people, so he could potentially help with our promotion. With such hopes, we met him face to face, but I hate to see him. I was so happy on Eon's route when he just got like murdered. It was good. Though I would love to cooperate. I'm afraid that's rather difficult at present while crimes are running rampant. I wanted to give courage to the people and brighten up the city with our show. The response to our appeal, however, was cold and indifferent. Yeah, I think Vilio's route's fun. I like it's the same thing but a bit different. It's fun. And welcome, Jake. Welcome. This man didn't think there was anything wrong with the current state of Cultura, because he's a dickhead. He seemed to have no intention of giving us proactive support. As a token of an apology, he distributed sachets, Cultura's proof of residency, to all of us. Not a moment later, he ended the conversation, as if declaring he had no more time to waste. These are sachets made with miracus, a herb you can only find in Cultura. As long as you have the sachet, wind spirits shall guide you, even if you get lost in the labyrinth. He's so full of beans, you know? Wait. It's the thing that Zafora used when he chased the pickpocket.
なるほどね。納得だよ。
Oh, I see now.
ザフォラはクルトラ出身だから
Zafora comes from here.
サシャのことも知ってたんだね。
So that explains how you already knew about the sachet, huh?
ザフォラ
Zafora?
ええ、サーカス団員の一人で
Yes,
す。
he is a member of Circus.
用があって
He
今
was
日は来
unable
られなかっ
to
た
attend
けど。
today due to other matters.
もしかして
Do you
ご存
possibly
知かしら？
know of him?
いえ、このクルトラでは
Don't mind me.
よくある
It's a
名前
common
ですが
name in Cultura, so I was intrigued for a moment. I hate Balto. I hate him. Balto twitched when he heard Zafora's name, which is rather odd. But I learned the meaning of his strange reaction very soon. It's really like skipping through fast. It's good. After our audience with Balto, we decided to return to camp and discuss our plans. That reminds me, where in the world did Zafora disappear to? He was walking back to camp alongside the others when I heard something.
どの面下げて戻ってきた
How dare you come back? A man's voice, filled with rage, echoed from an alley. Did this happen before? I don't remember. I think it did happen before. Zafora? A man, likely a local, had grabbed Zafora by the collar and was yelling at him. Hurriedly, we rushed over and wedged ourselves between the two.
おい、何してんだ
Hey, what are you doing?
ザフォラを離せ
Let him go. The moment the man heard we were Zafora's comrades, he spat these words bitterly.
こいつはクルトラを捨てて逃げた卑
He's
怯
an
な裏切り
underhanded
者だ
backstabber who
お前らのと
abandoned
ころっていつ
Cultura
逃げ出すか
and ran
分かっ
away.
たもんじゃない
Who knows when he'll desert you too? Abandon Cultura? Please elaborate.
いいぜ教えてやる
Fine then, I'll enlighten
こい
you.
つは
He was
迷
once
宮森
the
の
rightful
正統
heir
後
of the
継者だったん
Sentinel.
だ こいつは3年前に
3
後
years
継者と
ago,
しての立場を
this
放
guy
棄して
abandoned his
クルトラ
post
から
as
逃げ出
as
した
the
んだ。
successor and ran away.
そのショックで先代の迷宮森だった父
Out
親
of
と母親
despair,
は
his father,
自殺して
the previous sentinel, and his mother both committed suicide. No,
今
they
はこい
didn't.
つの叔父バルト様が
And
迷宮
now,
森を
his
務めていら
uncle,
っしゃる。
Lord Balto, has taken over the position of sentinel. How does anyone believe this story?
いいかザフォラ、すぐにこ
Listen
の
up,
町から
Sephora.
立ち去れ。
Get out of this city right now.
お前は一度この町を捨ててるんだ。
You abandoned this
どこの
place
こと戻っ
once.
てくるな。
Have you no shame in coming back as if nothing happened? After hurling one-sided abuse at Sephora, the man left, squaring his shoulders, resolute. We were left standing there, a suffocating silence hanging in the air. Who could have predicted that Sephora used to be the Sentinel's heir? Is that why he was so against meeting Balto?
なあザフラ、
Hey,
今の
Sephora,
話は本当か
was he telling the truth?
あんたが迷宮
Were
森
you
の
the Sentinel's?
俺の過去なんて関係ないだろ。
My past has nothing to do with you. His tone was dark. Something must have happened between him and Balto. After he spat those words, Sephora left, leaving no room for negotiation. Vilio time! Vilio time! The next morning, I yawned, having woken up earlier than usual, and walked into the common area. Hi, Sephora! Sephora was sitting absent-mindedly on the bench, looking somewhat sullen.
おザフォラじゃん。あんたも喉乾いて目が覚めたのか？
Some Sephora, you thirsty too?
違う。
Don't lump me in with you.
つうか、めっちゃ顔色悪い
Did
け
you
ど、
even sleep?
ちゃんと寝れ
You
て
don't
んの
look
か？
so good.
放っておけ。
Leave me
顔
alone.
色が悪いのは
I look like this because I had to see your dumb face first thing in the morning. I love Sephora. Despite what he said, his backside was still glued to the bench.
ま、とりあえずなんか飲もうぜ。
How about we go grab some drinks?
頭すっきり
I
するだ
heard
ろ。
cold beverages can help clear your head. I handed him a cup of iced tea and took a seat right next to him.
何の真似だ。
Are you making
から
fun
かっ
of me?
てるのか。
違う。
Not at all.
こ
I
の
just
機会
want to
に
chat.
少し話したいことがあってさ。この前、クルトラの
Do
周
you
辺に
remember
魔物
when I
が出
asked
る
you
かって聞い
fiends
たの。
appear around
覚えて
Cultura?
る？
それがどうした。
Yeah. And
あの後俺も人に話を聞い
I
たりして、
investigated it on my own a
いろ
little
いろと調
and
べ
talked
て
to
み
a
たん
number
だ
of
けどさ、
people.
やっぱクルトラ周辺の魔物
Turns
は
out the number of
ここ
fiends
最
around
近急
here
に増えて
have
きてるらしい。
increased lately.
ほら、イオンも
Didn't Eon say
地下迷
he
宮で
found
魔
a
物を見
fiend
か
in
け
the
たって言
underground
ってただろ。
labyrinth? I asked this straightforwardly. Needless to explain, fiends existed due to negative emotions. Hence, it was safe to say that the recent increase in fiends was due to the dark emotions in the people of Cultura harbored.
否定はできないな。
I can't deny that. Sephora seemed annoyed when I called out to him earlier. But once he realized I wanted to discuss a serious topic, he listened quite seriously.
このクルトラが異常な状態にあるのは
Anyone could tell
もう
Cultura
誰が見た
is
って
in
明
an
白だろう。
abnormal state.
実際町の人に話を聞いてみても、
When I asked the
みんな現
townspeople
状
about
に不
it,
満を抱いて
all of them were frustrated.
そこまで分かってるのに、
It makes me wonder
どうして誰も
why
現状
no
を
one's trying to
変えよう
fix
と
the
してねえんだ。
situation if they know how bad it is.
簡単に言ってくれるな。
Easy for you to say. I tilted my head at his words. Then he continued with a frown.
このクルトラは
People
迷
here
宮森が民
maintain
を導き
harmony and
み
order
んな
by
がそれ
following
に
the
従って
labyrinth
調和を
sentinel's
保ってき
rule.
た。今まではそれでうまくいってた
We
んだ。
never had any problems with that
いき
until
なり変え
now.
ろって言われたって。
Changing a system
そ
with
んな
views for
簡
so
単にはいかな
long
い。
out of the blue isn't that easy.
だから間違ってても従うのか。
Are you still gonna follow your ruler,
それ
even
が
if
理
he's
解できね
wrong?
え。
That doesn't make any sense.
おかしいなら変えりゃいいのに。
Change things if you think they're
自分
wrong.
の意思を曲げて従
Why
う
would
理
you
由なん
act
て
against your own
どこにも
interests
ねえだろ。
just to obey him? I emphasized my point. Sephora then looked to me as if he had found a fly in his soup. I love Sephora. He's good.
それはお前が
Not
どんな状
everyone can
況
take
で
the
も
bull
自
by the
分を押し
horns
通せ
like
る強さを
you.
持ってるからだ。
I really think Sephora admires Vilio in a way. It's
覚
kind
え
of
と
cute
け、
actually.
トカゲ。
Keep in
人間って
mind
のは
that humans are much
お前
weaker
が
than
思う
you,
より
lizard.
ずっとちっぽけな存在なんだよ。迷宮森に疑問を抱いた
Most
か
of
らっ
us
て
don't have the guts to
一人
stand
で
up to
声を
someone
上
in
げて逆ら
power
う勇気
just
なん
because
て
we doubt them.
ほとんどのやつは持っちゃいないんだ。自分一人ならまだいい。
Especially
だが
those with something to
家
lose.
族や親しい
They're
人間
afraid
ま
that
で
their friends
巻き込む
or
わけにはい
family
かない
will
から
end
な
up as collateral damage.
ほとんどのやつ。
I see. Does that include
それって
you too, Sephora?
ザフォラもか？
Sephora didn't answer. He simply glared at me in silence. I took a silent breath under his sharp look.
まあでも。
Well,
今の
oh
で納得いっ
well.
たぜ。
I get it now. Someone
俺だっ
has
た
to be
ら
the
真っ
first
先
one
に
to
文
raise
句
their
をつけ
voice,
に行
though.
くとこだけどさ。自分に力がないって分かってる。
Even I wouldn't cause a scene if I was weak on my own, but
一人じゃ何もできなくても。
that only means
仲間と一緒に
if you
機会を
can't do it by
待って
yourself,
耐え忍ぶ
you gotta join hands and do it together with your
そうい
friends.
う強さもあるもんな。
Hehe, got him.
調和の街って言われてるのは
Isn't Cultura called the
そう
city
い
of
う市民
harmony?
性があるから
Because
なん
its
だ。
people love working hand in
さ
hand?
すがザフォラの出
That's
身地。
Sephora's hometown for you.
何が言いたい？
Are you being
俺への
sarcastic?
皮肉のつもりか？
まさか。
No
俺
way,
は思った
dude.
ことをそのまま
I
言っ
just
ただ
wanted
け
to
だぜ。
tell you how I feel.
クルトラの街は
Cultura is a
調和を
city
重んじ
that
て
values harmony and
仲間を
treasures friends and
親
family.
しいものを大切にするいい街だな。
What a great city! Sephora remained silent for a while, staring at me. He's so mad. He's so mad. Then he drank the iced tea all at once. Sephora, that's yummy. You've got to savor it.
そんなこと。俺
I
が
know that
一
better
番
than
よく分かってるんだ。
anyone, lizard brain.
Ba-
Bye! I mumbled to myself as I watched Sephora get up and leave.
ああ知ってるよザ
I
フォラ。
know you do, Sephora. How much does he know? How much does he know? Talking about Balto had put Sephora in a worse mood than usual. There was no way we could put on a great show if this depressing atmosphere continued. Soon, so encouraged by others, I decided to talk to Sephora again. It wasn't easy at first. He took a cynical attitude towards everything I said. The person yesterday said you abandoned your duties as the future sentinel. But I'm certain that's a misunderstanding. If you wanted to run away, you didn't have to come back after all. I had no idea what was going on in his mind. Never change Sephora. Yeah, we love Sephora, how he is. But I had faith in Sephora, a friend I travelled with. He let out a heavy sigh. Perhaps he'd finally given in.
お人よしだな。
Soft-hearted,
い
that's
つか
what
人
you
に
are.
騙されるぞ。
You'll be scammed one day. A wry smile was on his face as he muttered that. He looks... He's looking as like... pathetic. That's what his face says right now. Both of us then returned to the common area, where Sephora finally revealed a heavier truth than we could have imagined. I appreciate skipping over this bit so we don't have to read it again. Sephora's father, the previous sentinel, had been a very strict person. From an early age, Sephora received special education. He didn't have time to play with the other children his age. Despite the tough environment, little Sephora never had any complaints. Instead, he hoped to become a fine sentinel like his father when he turned 20. However, his life was torn apart 3 years ago due to his uncle Balto's treachery. Driven by a lust for power, Balto killed his own brother and sister-in-law, Sephora's parents. He placed the blame on the young Sephora and became the Labyrinth Sentinel himself.
こうして俺はクルトラを追われ、
And that's how I got
情報屋
exiled
とし
from
て
Cultura
各地を転々としてい
and
た。
moved to different places as an information broker.
いずれ奴の悪事の証拠を
I'm
使い、
gathering evidence of Balto's
立場を
evil
剥奪する
deeds
機会を
and waiting
伺
for
い
my
ながら、
chance to strip him of his
No.
position. Needless to say, we wanted to denounce Balto more than ever once we learned the truth. Except, it wasn't that easy, given he owned Cultura's core item, the labyrinth necklace. The only way to sever Balto's link with the necklace was by using a raise, a mystic tool belonging to the king.
俺はこの旅を成功さ
When
せ
this
た
journey
褒美に、
ends, I'll ask the
Erase
king
の
to
太
lend
陽
me a
を大いに
raise
申
as
し
my
てる。
reward.
だから、
Which
今
is
できる
why
ことは、
we should only focus
標
on
準
what we
事
can
件
do.
の犯
Wait a
人が
second,
バ
I
ルトだと
forgot.
特定できる証拠
I
を得る
forgot
こと。
that a raise is literally a gun. I forgot they get a gun. We should focus on what we can do, obtaining incriminating evidence that proves Balto is behind the lunatic riots.
それから、ショーを成功させ
Then,
て、
successfully
Erase
finishing the
を手に
shows
入れる
so we
こと。
can come back later with the raise.
残念ながら、この2つだけだ。
We have no other choice. After listening to Sephora's explanation, we were more determined than ever. Sephora and Eon went to collect more evidence of Balto's crimes. Meanwhile, the rest of us focused on promoting our show. Citizens usually refrain from going out, but there was one event they always went to, the Sentinels Forum. That said, the four of us headed to the plaza on the day of the event. We split up and started advertising before Balto could show up. Hello, we are Circus, a performance group from the capital. We're going to put on a very exciting show in the next few days. We hope you can come and watch. Ugh. Meanwhile, Vilio blew huge flames into the sky. Wow, amazing! Are you a fire element, Phoebes?
ああ、そうだぜ。
I totally
ショーで
am.
はもっと
I'll
ドキ
show
ドキ
you
す
a
る
more
パフォーマンス
exciting
をするから
performance during the
来てくれ
show.
よな。
So come and watch, okay? Sephora's the smart one. He's the brains of this company. Whoa! We won't get by without him. Looky Jake. The little girl then looked up at her mother with sparkling eyes. Her mother shook her head helplessly low.
ダメよ。バルト様は
No, honey.
外出を自粛す
Lord
るよう
Balto
申し
told
上
us
げたわ
not to go outside.
迷宮森のご意向に背くわけには
We
いかない
can't
の。
disobey the Sentinel's order.
でも見に行きたい
But
な。
I wanna watch.
他の子も行かない
Let
の
her
だから
watch.
あなただけ行くわけにはいかないでしょ。
Why would you when the other children aren't going?
我慢しなさい。
Be patient like everyone else. Cultura is a harmonious city where everyone gets along with each other. I know they're always trying to go along with the group, but now's not the time for that. Perhaps she thought she had to hold back because everyone else is doing the same. Because everyone else is following Balto's orders.
なんだ、それなら簡
Is that
単
what
じゃ
you're
ん。
worried about? Vilio took the child's hand, looking as if he'd come up with an idea.
一緒に行くやつがいないからダメなんだ
You
よ。
can't go because he has no one to
それな
go
ら
with,
探せばいい
right?
んだ。
Let's look for
さあ
someone then.
行くぞ。
Wait, Vilio? He took the child's hand and approached a boy around her age.
なあ、そこの子。
Hey,
俺ら
you.
のショー見に来ねえ
Wanna
か
come watch our show?
でもお父さんは
Ah,
外に出るのは
my
ダ
dad
メだ。
told me not to go outside though.
こっちの子も行きたいって言ってるんだ。
You see, this kid
みんな
here
一緒
wants
な
to
ら
come.
お父さんも納得してく
Maybe
れ
your
るんじゃ
dad
な
will
い
let
か
the two of you go together?
僕だけじゃないの？
I won't be alone
そ
then.
れなら
I guess
大丈夫かも。
my dad won't have a problem with that.
よーし、これで二人目だな。
Nice, we got two people now. Vilio, I think you just kidnapped a child. I think you just stole someone's child. Just like that, Vilio continued to call out to other kids. Before long, many children had agreed to come to watch our show.
あの子が行けるのに私が行けないの。なんで？
Why can't I go watch the show when they can?
みんな行くって言ってるよ。
I'm going. Everyone else says they're going. Anyway,
みんなずるい。
no
僕も
fair.
見に行き
I want to watch the show too. Everyone had hesitated because they'd seen everyone else hesitating. Vilio turned into such a negative peer pressure into a positive in no time though. Now they all wanted to come because everyone else was coming. As forceful as he was, Vilio's unbridled cheerfulness seemed to have changed people's minds for the better. People naturally gathered around the redhead. He's so nice! Oh, wall of text time. In the end, Balto's face distorted into a horrible grimace when he arrived. Genie told everyone that Circus had higher status than the Sentinel since we were here at the King's wishes. His remark provided them with a sense of security as more and more people agreed to come watch our show. After that, we returned in high spirits, and Balto's pissed, which is a positive. I love to piss him off. Then evening arrived. The two groups reported on what happened. The promotional team had done a good job using the Sentinel's forum to advertise. Meanwhile, Sephora and Ian seem to have found some evidence of Balto's evil deeds. They get into the casino, Ian breaks the door open by accident. Oh no, I took a big mouthful of milkshake. Oh no! It turns out the Murica's perfume had caused the lunatic riots. The fragrance made mentally weak people lose their sense of reason. Attacked by milkshake. The perfume made from the Murica's flower, a plant managed by the Sentinel. That was how we found Balto's plan. He wanted to rule the city by instilling people with fear. To charge Balto, we need to inform the public about the perfume. But we don't have any way to procure any at the moment. As long as Balto was still Sentinel, we would never get a hold of the perfume. Basically, our choice was to finish our trip and obtain a raise. Get the gun! However, we couldn't leave this town as it was. As a countermeasure, we decided to... The people here feel reassured when they're connected to others. So, we'll re-establish their ties with our show. Vilio suggested holding a show that would bring people together. With that, I decided to make Sephora the star of the show. He'd always cared for the city, after all. I really like the show here. The show here is really good. It made me cry the first time. Then the day of our show finally arrived. Each of us delivered a performance, but that wasn't all.
Ladies and gentlemen!
Yeah, Junior, say the thing! Ladies and gentlemen! Now then, let us begin our tale. A tale of a spirit long, long ago, before culture was even founded. I want to know about the creature on his hat so much! Who is that creature? Who is she? You were sleeping on his bed before in his room. What did the great spirit Libera want from this city? What did she think? What did she think when she saw its citizens? We have prepared a story to remind everyone in the city of the bond they shared. Yeah, clown moment! I'm more comfortable alone, with my freedom, living with people. Ha! In your dreams. The great spirit of wind, Libera, played by Sephora, was a spirit who loved freedom and despised anything tying her down. Naturally, she never sought to connect with friends and lived a life carefree. After losing a game against a young man, however, she was forced to stay in Cultura. I love these chibis! The more she interacted with people, the more they thanked her. Little by little, she changed her mind. One day, the city was plunged into crisis. Yeah! I love the CG! Yeah! Clown moment! He is the moment. He is the moment. Damn, I love this outfit so much. It's so nice. Libera, once a lone wolf and a free-spirited bird, joined forces with the citizens. Together, they overcame the crisis in the town faced. Look around you. See? Your friends are right next to you, aren't they? If there's no light, we can make it. If we all work together, I'm sure we can light up the entire world. The chibis are adorable. Yeah! I like them a lot. Ever since Cultura was called the City of Harmony, because its people joined hands as they were led by the wind. They were not alone. They stood together with their friends. Cheers and applause resounded in the venue when Sephora said that. And now! Such a majestic clown. I could only hope to reach the heights of clown that Sephora attains. Yeah! I love this one. With that yell, we all swung down our arms. Gleaming stars drifted through the air, brightening the tent. This city may be covered in darkness right now, but we can take back the culture we love with our own hands. Finally, a large, beautiful flora bloomed, bright like the future of this city. I like how it is condensing down the story a bit because we have seen it before, but it's giving us new bits as well. It's very nice of it. Exhausted after the successful show, we went straight to sleep that night. It's not like we solved all of Cultura's problems with this. But now, the people no longer think Sephora is running away from his responsibilities. This city will surely return to normal after the trip when we obtain a raise. The Glock. I stared up at the night sky as I thought. Ah? Huh? My eyes suddenly met Vilio's as he crept out of his tent. Hey, Vilio! Why are you glaring at me like that? Are you sneaking out to kill fiends again? No. I'm not. I have some business with Jinia. Really? For realsies! I know you were worried since I fell under the weather last time. But rest assured, I'm not that fragile, you know? How can I not worry? You're my precious friend. It feels kind of strange to have someone worry about me. Vilio peered at me, embarrassed, and I scolded him. He then shook his head and shot me a smile before turning on his heel. Thanks for your concern. I really appreciate it. Are we going to Jinia's place now? You better get some sleep. I want to know what him and Jinia are scheming. Perhaps he was telling the truth and he really wasn't going to exterminate fiends. My eyes followed him and a smile quirked up my lips. Vilio is truly strong. I meant that both physically and mentally. Our recent show was enough proof of that. The people here feel reassured when they're connected with others. So we'll re-establish their ties with this show. He's nice. When we were lost, Vilio was the one who led us back onto the right path. However, we can't keep relying on his strength. I mean, Vilio has his own problems. He was in a lot of pain when he consumed those fiends. I've got to keep a better eye on Vilio. We're watching you, Mr. Vilio. Oh, I didn't read that. No, come back, I didn't read it. Hold on, please. I messed up. And thus I made an oath under the starry sky. Okay. I heard from Aless that the number of fiends around Cultura has significantly increased. Is it due to all the negative feelings of Cultura's citizens after being robbed of their freedom? Yeah, apparently the current Sentinel is keeping them under control to maintain security. Following our show in Cultura, I informed the king of the current situation using the chalice I borrowed from Jinya. I could tell from this show alone that this city is facing a problem. Zephora, the son of the previous Sentinel, told me a lot of things. Did he already know? Sentinel Balto, huh? I can't believe he killed his own brother and placed the blame on his nephew just to assume the role of Sentinel. Should he be telling the truth, we cannot ignore the matter. Aless! Yes! Aless! How can I help you, sire? Do a thorough investigation of the Sentinel Balto. If you find any evidence of him murdering the previous Sentinel, gather the security... Hold on. What are you planning to do? Catch a Balto, of course. What other choice do we have? Given the impact the Sentinel has, the city will sink further into chaos unless we remove the source of the problem. We should leave this matter to Zephora. Yeah. Has Vilio been taking care of everyone this whole time like this? He wants to borrow a raise from you and strip that man of his position himself. And he's not an outsider either. It'd be best if you let him handle this, rather than you. He has a point. Having the capital intervene directly in this problem may leave the city in shambles, like what happened in Ferris. It'll be a different case if we have the son of the previous Sentinel revolt against Balto to save the people from his atrocities. So you're saying we can unite them without dealing too much damage? This is very political all of a sudden. After a moment of silence, the king nodded solemnly. Fine. Let us proceed with this plan of yours, and as I do some behind-the-scenes work here. Has Vilio been like taking care of everyone to make sure they can do what they want to do? It's up to Zephora now. I muttered to myself as I poured the water out of the chalice. His foul mouth aside, Zephora is a sincere guy. Yeah, the creature's on his bed again! Who is that creature, Jinya? Who is the creature? Cultura will surely change under his lead. The city will definitely obtain its freedom, as long as the people are united as one. I had no idea whether I'd be able to watch that scene with my own eyes, though. What does that mean? Vilio? What does that mean? Imagine the future of Cultura. I left the tent. What did that mean? Whoa! That's snuck up on me in the end of the chapter. I guess it goes way quicker, skipping a bunch of the story. Okay, so we'll end things here. Let me save.
水の大
Let me
西
save.
レーベが築いた大陸西部に位置する愛と芸術の都 水
And
上
what's
都市
our
オリエ
status?
ンス
Okay, it's going well. So let's put something up for the ending. Let's go chibi mode. I like how it calls them mini. This one. I want to see him. I want to see him. So yeah, Vilio's route's kind of going a lot quicker than I thought, but it's fun. I like seeing the other side to it, and I'm definitely interested in what's happening in Vilio. Like, is something gonna happen if he eats too many beans? Is that it? Is that why he's not gonna be there to see it? He's gonna eat too many beans? Does he become a fiend? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know, there's much to think about. Thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. Thank you. So this will be the last stream for this week. It's Easter here this weekend, so I'll be a little busy. But I'll be putting another schedule up on Monday. And it will include a new Atoma game on Thursday, provided it gets delivered in time. There's my disclaimer. If my game doesn't get delivered, it's not gonna happen on Thursday. But we'll play it some point next week when it's delivered. So I look forward to that then. So I'll end things here for today. But in the meantime, I hope you'll enjoy the rest of your day, night, or evening. And I'm gonna see you all again very, very soon. Bye, everyone!